Memories of yesterday. A little house with 2 bedrooms and 1 car on the street, a mower that you had to push to make the grass look neat. In the kitchen on the wall we only had 1 phone and no need for recording things. Someone was always home. We only had living room where we would congregate unless it was at mealtime, in the kitchen where we ate. We had no need for family rooms or extra rooms to dine when meeting. As a family, those 2 rooms would work out fine. We only had 1 TV set and channels, maybe 2, but always there was one of them with something worth a view. For snacks we had potato chips that tasted like a chip, and if you wanted flavor, you made Lipton's onion dip. Weekends were for family trips or staying home. To play we all did things together, even go to church to pray. When we did our weekend trips, depending on the weather, no one stayed at home because we liked to be together. Sometimes we would separate to do things on our own, but we knew where the others were without our own cell phone. Get a baseball game together with the friends you know, have relaxation playing ball, and no game video. Then there were the movies with your favorite movie star, and nothing can compare to watching movies from your car. Then there were the picnics at the peak of summer season, pack lunch, and find some trees, and never need a reason. Remember when the doctor used to be the family friend and you didn't need insurance or a lawyer to defend the way that he took care of you or what he had to do, because he took an oath and strived to do the best for you? Remember when the country was united under God and prayer in schools and public places was not deemed as odd? Remember when the church was used for worshiping the Lord and not used for commercial use or for some business board? Remember going to the store and shopping casually, and when you went to pay for it you actually used money. Nothing that you had to swipe or punch in some amount. Remember when the cashier person had to reel account. Remember when we breathed in air that smelled so fresh and clean and chemicals were not used on the grass to keep it green? The milkman and the breadman used to go from door to door, and it was just a few cents more than going to the store. There was a time when mailed letters came right to your door without a lot of junk mail sent out by every store. The mailman knew each house by name and knew where it was sent. There were no loads of mail addressed to present occupant. Remember when the words "I do" meant that you really did and not just temporarily till someone blew their lid? There was nothing as no one's fault, we just made a mistake. There was a time when married life was built on give and take. There was a time when just one glance was all that it would take, and you would know the kind of car, the model, year, and make. They didn't look like turtles trying to squeeze every mile. They were streamlined, white-walled, finned, and really had style. One time the music that you played whenever you would jive was from a vinyl, big old record called a 45. The record player had to post to keep them all in line, and then the records would drop down and play one at a time. Oh, sure, we had our problems then just like we do today, and always we were striving for a better way. And every year that passed us by brought new and greater things. We now can even program phones with music, or with rings. Oh, the simple life we lived still seems like so much fun. How can you explain a game? Just kick the can and run. And boys would put baseball cards between the bicycle spokes, and, for a nickel, those red machines had little bottled cokes. This life seems so much easier and slower in some ways. I love the new technology, but I sure miss those days. So time moves on, and so do we, and nothing stays the same, but I sure do love to reminisce and walk down memory lane.